Oh, it's not apparently picking up my game. There we go. Okay. And hello, everybody. Back to playing Stardew. Sorry it took me a bit to... My internet is not that great. And, pat the kitty, pat the turtle, pat the puppy. My internet is not that great, and, it was fighting me. Turtle. Whoops. Oh, we're almost on to the summer. So we can probably only do a few in-game days here. And we got Flofloseal, just doing text only today. Alright. So we had a really good chat in the mental health chat today. I was actually worried that wouldn't be able to keep a... What is that? What is this? What is this giant fiddlehead looking thing? What is it? You put a tap on it, you get fiddlehead ferns. Yeah, it was like, it looks like a fiddlehead. Piggy. There we go. Trying to pat the goat. But yes, we had a very good chat today. Very good. I'm trying to get to do the mental health chats earlier. And I keep being relatively confident that I can do it, and then just not being able to make it. Part of it is the one today made me sad. I wasn't supposed to make you sad. Part of what makes me have trouble getting on time to the... Well, I can't... Oh, okay. To the chats is the fact that where do we put the smoked fish once they're smoked? I took them out of the smokers or whatever, and I don't know where they go. I have trouble sleeping a lot, and then that impacts my ability to get up on time for things and get ready. Yeah, I was just looking for coal to put fish on, and then realized I'm just gonna put those there. I guess maybe I should hit the mines. Let's just go to the regular mines. Oh. Realized I have some wood on me I should drop off. Whoops. It's fine. Everything's fine. Boop. Yeah, today's chat was important though, because like realizing the political landscape we have to exist in and the challenges that we face so much that impact our mental health. It's really important to talk about those things and have the space to kind of vent about it. And it's sad that there's not much that can be done immediately. Like, we see these problems. Yeah, my issue is mainly that I can't seem to ever escape it. Yeah, and that's a problem is like, as I was just mentioning, it's like, it's not something that you can just fix immediately. Head is always stuck thinking about it and it's killing me. Yeah, it's not anything that we can just immediately fix. It's stuff that takes a lot of time. And also, we don't get to be in charge of the actual change. We have to, if we want to make change, we have to work really hard at getting attention of people who can actually implement these changes. And it's exhausting, and that's part of the plan for them though, is like they make it exhausting so that, hey, you know, you have to work a long job and like an exhausting long hours and in a stressful place, and then come home and not get to have all of the amenities that would help you recover your spoons and everything. And so you're not going to have the energy to speak up and fight for what you need and fight for change. That's why it's really important that the people who are able to do the fight need to. But then again, that also creates a problem, because if you are able to fight for these things, this necessary change, that means that it's probably not something that directly impacts you currently, which means that those people are less likely to actually fight for it because it doesn't impact them. So it takes people stepping up, and that's part of the whole, we need to be there for each other. People need to recognize when they're in a position to make change that others are fighting for. Because a lot of the time, unfortunately, it does fall into the hands of people that it doesn't actually impact. Whether it's to do with classism or to do with racism or transphobia, a lot of it falls into other people's hands. I sneezed while I was being attacked in the mines. Okay. I got a little bit of coal so far. like, I talk about UBI a lot. And the thing that sucks with UBI is, like, the government doesn't want to fund it, especially if they can pretend like it's not going to work. They're going to do that. And so we need to provide proof that it will work. And that means having programs that are happening, that are providing that evidence, and then being able to put that evidence forward and making more people aware of it. But when the government actually allows for these programs to be tested, the information doesn't tend to go anywhere. They cancel it early or whatever and make it look like it failed when it was actually being incredibly successful. Like in the case of the Ontario one, like I said, it was very successful. And Ford ended it. And so people assume that because Ford ended it early, it was because it was failing. But it was actually doing really well. And then he ended it. So that means that what we could really use is somebody who has a lot of income, enough that they would be able to maybe do a small UBI study program. You know, one of these billionaires, if they put the money into showing that that would work. But they won't. Because the billionaires make their money off of the people who would benefit from UBI, and if the people benefit from UBI, they can't exploit them to make their money. Just like if everybody has healthcare, they can't control people and scare them into staying in a toxic workplace in order to keep their health insurance. Is there a specific kind of rock that tends to drop coal? Also, why is a bat carrying a bomb? Okay, so dust mites are the best. That ghost had a fish. Which one are the coal nodes? So a topic that I wanted to talk about today, and we ended up going on a more political direction with our chat today, is, how did I word it? Accepting and forgiving ourselves and others for how we're able to function. So on that kind of focus. That means that instead of comparing how you function to how others function, so for example, if you have ADHD and it impacts your ability to do certain things, you shouldn't be comparing your ability to function with ADHD with somebody else who doesn't have ADHD or has a different struggle. And instead, just realizing that everybody works differently. And not only is that important for you to realize in order to accept for yourself and to love yourself and at the very least not hate yourself, it's important for you to realize that so that when you're interacting with others, you understand them and accept them for how they function, and give those people respect and space based on how they're able to function. And the main example I was going to use is the messaging thing. So I see both sides of the fight happening where, you know, people who are neurodivergent often can't message right away or take a while to message. And for various reasons, which I will also mention. But yeah, they tend to have long gaps in messages. And when it's someone that does that and they're talking to somebody else that does that, usually you can pretty much just pick up everything from where it was. You could not message someone for weeks or months even, and then just pick up the conversation again. And, ooh, I should be getting out of here. And it'll be okay. But then a problem you can encounter is if you have a friend or loved one who is the opposite. Somebody who expects a response right away or wants a response right away. Is that a door I can go through? No? Okay. And I really hate seeing people do the whole, but Dora, I don't have friends or loved ones. You have me, and you do have friends and loved ones. You do. I know you do. It might not feel like it, and that's a thing that a lot of people deal with too, is even when you have friends or people in your life that are loved ones and things like that, you can often feel very alone. And sometimes it's those people can contribute to that kind of feeling if they're not showing up how you want or how you need. But you do have people that care about you and love you and want you to be happy and all that. So yeah, with that, there's some people that might want a message right away. And I just hate seeing when people are like, oh, if you can't take the 2 seconds to message me, then the friendship isn't worthwhile. But that's such a toxic view. And it's completely ignoring the fact that people function differently. It's very demanding and it's ableist, honestly, to have that kind of thought process when it comes to how people can message. And it's hypocritical, because when you're saying, oh, you can't take the 2 seconds, so this relationship, like this friendship is not worth it because you can't take the 2 seconds to message me, you're saying, A, that all our relationship is worth is a hi, hello, because that's what the 2 seconds are. Now, if you want a real conversation with me, that means that I need to set aside like half an hour or an hour to actually chat with you, which I might not have, right? So you're saying that our relationship is so shallow, so it lacks depth so much that just a hi, hello. Oh, what's this? There was a strong windstorm during the night. Oh. But not only are you saying that that's all our relationship is, you're saying I'm so disposable that me not being able to message you right away with the hi hellos means that you can just get rid of me in your life. And I think that's actually quite hypocritical. But I think people need to recognize what people are capable. Orange jelly, yeah. That sounds delicious. Thank you. People need to recognize what people are capable of and what people need. So, thinking in a different way. So instead of, like, if you're the person that doesn't message back quickly, which is me, and you have somebody who's like demanding that you message right away and they're getting upset with you for not messaging back quick enough, consider communicating with them to make sure they understand how you function. Because if they don't know what it's like for you, that might be part of the problem. And you might want to consider that messaging quickly for you might be just as difficult as, like, they might find waiting for the message just as difficult. Because they might have different issues they're dealing with, including trauma and things like that, that mean that when they are waiting for that message, then they can feel like they're being ignored. They can feel like they're not important enough for you to message them. They can feel abandoned, and those are all things that they're dealing with. And I mean, we're all responsible for our own feelings and things like that, but at the same time, if it's somebody that's important to you, then you should consider that those things can affect them. So communicate with them about those differences. Let them know, like, hey, that's not how I function. I'm not able to keep up with that kind of functioning. I can't do the constant responses back. However, maybe you can talk to them about doing something like, if you message and say something, I'll message you to acknowledge that I got your message and then give you a full response, actual response, later when I have the spoons and I'm able to do it. And sometimes maybe just something simple like that can make a huge difference. The one person who has anxiety about how the message is going to be received and doesn't want to be left on read and stuff like that gets a response saying, hey, I got your message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, with like a heart. So they get that part of them that's stressed out about having sent the message and stressed out about being ignored or forgotten. And they get that taken care of. And then you can take your time to respond. And the person has heard, that you're going to be taking your time, but responding when you're able to. And yeah, understanding, like, some other things with that is understanding, like, especially with people with ADHD, the out of sight, out of mind. I forget people. And it's not because the people aren't important to me. It's not because I don't love them or anything like that. It's because if it's not right in front of me, it's hard for me to remember and to prioritize it. So if I say I'm going to respond to you and then I don't for a long time, it is probably because I actually forgot that I needed to get back to you. And I also haven't had the spoons to, like, actually check my recent messages to you. So I fell behind on it. It doesn't mean that you lack any importance in my life or anything like that. It just means I'm really bad at remembering things. Like, I have bad ADHD. I have other ailments that affect my memory and things like that. But I also have anxiety, so, like, constantly getting reminders that, like, hey, you need to message me, is just going to build on my anxiety. So it's complicated for me with responding to people. And it's really appreciated when people take the time to... I have RSD, so shit's rough. Yeah. I bring up the messaging thing too because, like, I'm kind of both. If I message somebody, like, I'll take forever to message someone, And then I'll message them back and then like sit there and be like, why haven't they messaged me? They haven't messaged me back because they hate me. You know, and I have to work through my negative thoughts on that and remind myself that why am I thinking this way? Because I also take a while to respond. And it doesn't mean anything other than just that it takes a while to respond sometimes. People might not respond for all kinds of reasons. And that's another thing, like, well, I've already said it, making sure somebody understands all of the aspects of why you might not respond. Not having the spoons, actually wanting to give someone like a good response is another thing for me. I want to actually give a thoughtful response. And not only do I want to give a thoughtful response, but I don't want my response to be impacted by my current mood. So with my BPD and everything like that, if I'm going through a bad mood, I just won't respond to people because I know that if I respond to you right now, it's going to be impacted by how I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling really, really negative, that means I'm going to respond negatively. Sometimes I don't want to message people unless I know that there's something good going on that I can tell them about, which actually has caused some issues because sometimes good things are a rarity. But what are some of the other things? Taking spoons and out of your spoons for the day is Is that a raccoon? Is that what you're talking about? Hello? Oh, it's a scarecrow raccoon thingy. I love it. Where are we keeping the fruits? I keep forgetting. Yeah, like to be jammed and whatnot. Ah. I don't know what that is. Put that in there. Thank you. But yeah, spoons can be a huge thing, and you know, when you're an adult and you have a lot of responsibilities and stuff like that, if you're somebody who's also neurodivergent and or disabled, you have limited spoons in a day, which means that if I want to give a thoughtful response and not the hi hello that is the 2 seconds that people are all like, hey, it takes 2 seconds to respond, I have to go do other things, and that might take up all of my energy for the day, and I will have no energy to talk. The old tree is gone, however, with 100 pieces of hardwood, this could be fixed up. Ooh. Oh yeah, I should also go over here. And get that stuff. And I'll probably go over all of this again on the next chat. So that more people can participate. More people tend to show up for the chat than the gaming. So that's okay, because going over things a few times allows me to reword and make sure the message is clear. That is a pickaxe, not an axe. Which is good. So yeah, another thing trying to communicate, and it tends to happen with extroverts and introverts, but is also like a general thing for, again, spoons and people dealing with disabilities, is the having spoons to be able to go out and do things. So people get hurt often hearing that, hey, if I'm gonna go hang out with you, I have to be very careful because that means that I won't be able to do anything else for the rest of the week. That, you know, finding out that if I go hang out with you, that means that I'm not going to be able to function. I'm going to have to take a week off. And so I have to make sure that I have all my work done, or that I'm able to take that week off Otherwise, it's going to really impact me. And people tend to get hurt when they hear that kind of stuff because they don't understand, well, shouldn't I energize you? And it doesn't work that way for introverts like myself. Your social battery goes down, your spoons, everything, and you have to build it back up. You have to recover. And it doesn't mean you don't like the person. You can very much enjoy being around a person and still be drained from being around them and need to get those spoons back. And the same goes for conversations with texting and things like that. Bloop. Ooh. I always hate having to turn people down because it's going to mean that I am not going to be able to function for the rest of the week if I see them. In general, I am not good at going out and doing things. I'm much better at staying in. And even then, I'm much better at doing things online than in person. And even then, if I hang out with somebody online, it still takes spoons from me instead of giving me spoons. Sometimes there is the rare occasion that there's a person that sometimes will actually not take a lot of spoons, and they tend to be the people that I'll message a lot more frequently and do a lot more stuff with. And it doesn't necessarily mean like they are always somebody who's one of my favorite people, but it doesn't mean necessarily that I like them better than any of my other favorite people. Like if I have a favorite person that I don't talk to that much and I don't hang out with that much because it does take a lot of spoons, I don't get to really pick and choose how my body reacts, and sometimes it's not even consistent. Oh, thank you. Fix the log. And yeah, and then I have sometimes people will give me energy, sometimes the same people that give me energy take it away. And I just think it's important to communicate that with people, as well as a little house, as well as understanding that about people. Understanding that if your friend is telling you, I don't have the spoons to be able to hang out with you, I don't have the energy, it doesn't mean anything about you or your relationship with them. They are just communicating how they function. And you accepting that will strengthen the relationship and actually make it easier for them to be around you. Making sure your friends don't have to mask around you and don't have to pretend they're something they're not will only strengthen your friendship. Turtle. Yeah, that's the thing, and so your friendships don't get strengthened. You shouldn't have to mask around people. If you're having to mask around someone, they're not someone that you can have a good connection with, just straight up. And it's them, if anyone is expecting you to mask or commenting that you're not masking, and yeah, see, that's not healthy, and that's not which I'm sure you know, and that's not okay. If somebody is actually wanting to be close to you, you should be able to not mask around them. You should be able to feel, and if you don't, like I said, that's not a real full connection. That is a surface connection. That's an acquaintance. That's not a friend. If you can't tell the person how you're really feeling, or you can't take off the mask, then you're not getting there to actually be you. That friendship isn't with you, it's with your masked self, right? And people out there do exist who are going to be perfectly fine with who you actually are. They're going to be happy with who you actually are. And it's just finding them. And we talked before about how it's better to have a handful of friends that you're actually close with. Person you've been on a date with. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah, and so hopefully they provide that kind of, allowing you to not mask. That's something beautiful about when you have someone who has similar neurodivergencies, is they'll understand different things. I love stimming with fellow ADHDers and stuff. That's one thing. Doing all the stims makes me happy. And I've never really been one for fully masking who I am, because I get frustrated with it. What am I doing? And so I kind of demand that people accept me for who I am. There have been times I haven't been so good at doing that for myself, where I've had people in my life that I don't want to be myself around because I don't want to lose them. And then I remember, well, what am I really losing if I can't be myself? Am I really losing that much? If what I'm looking for from them is an actual connection, then... And I can't get that unless I can be myself. So I'm not losing anything. I'm making room for someone else who can actually have that connection with me. I am carrying around some solar essence because oh wait, does that go in the monster stuff? Is that what it's... I know we have some. Oh yes, there we go. Yeah, so masking, not feeling safe enough to be yourself around people is a problem. And we are taught our entire lives that you should just mask around people and that's how you make friends, and it is not. That is not how you make lasting friendships. Any friendship that expects you to mask is not a real friendship. Or a relationship, really. Society already expects us to be doing that so much just to survive, and it's not something that our friends and family should also be demanding of us. Ooh, summertime. I love how the turtle wiggles. What did you just give me? Clay? Huh. What can we plant in the summertime? Did you want to buy seeds and I can start putting fertilizer down on the on these areas here? Nice. Okay. I go get the fertilizer. Which would I even use? The quality fertilizer or the basic fertilizer? Because we got 50 quality fertilizer. Ooh. Well... Huh. So that would be... Where'd it go? Speed grow. Can I make speed grow? Oak resin and bone fragment. Let me go see. Or I guess, wait. Where are we keeping the bones? The keg in the house sounds like a bong. Someone taking a bong rip. Took them out of your fridge. Oh, okay. Are you creating the deluxe speed grow? I have slime thingies on me I should put away. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. I start doing the things. This one's a little harder to see. Now's the part where I go silent because I'm concentrating so hard. Oh. There. Did we make all the deluxe speed grow that we could? Well, so I have the regular speed grow, so I can fill in the gaps with that. So we have about 20 of those. Okay, so for now I'll just use the other speed grow and put it in the space, and then I'll keep in mind to, I guess, kill more skeletons? Boop, boop. I'm gonna drop this off. Just looking up, because they are in the mines, right? I can go to, so level 71 to 79 in the mines, and I can fight some skeletons and get some bone fragments. I'm gonna go do some of that now. Collecting bones. Where are ya? Kill all the skeletons, steal their bones. Oh, got a bone sword. It's true. I constantly feel like my skeleton is trying to get free. You'd think I'd get a lot more bone fragments from the skeletons instead of like one per skeleton. Am I just eviscerating them so thoroughly that there's nothing left but a small bone fragment? I need to get that ring. Or make it, or whatever. Some... Is it one of the ones I can make? Oh, there's a whole other ring that looks like a good ring to make. Ooh. Thorn's Ring. When enemies damage you, they will take damage themselves. That sounds amazing, but that needs 50 bone fragments and 50 stones. Look at you completing all those bundles. Ooh, another skeleton. Come here, give me your bone. He didn't even drop a bone fragment. Skeletons on this level? Looks like it. Alright. A lead rod? Where was he keeping that? Seems the skeletons are on strike and refusing to drop bone fragments now. Whoops. I tried to pull out my sword because a bat was attacking me, and instead I held up bait. That's the opposite of what I wanted. Right. Gotta head back. Oh, I totally forgot about the mine carts. I just anxiously ran back. Oh no, my inventory's full. Dropped off some things, so now when our characters are awake, I will have not full inventory. Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I came back. Boop. Alright, so I have about probably this one in-game day, and then sorry, my head set here is all messed up. I can do one more in-game day. What is it? A pink cake! I love it. There's little heart candies on top. Alright, so I can do one more in-game day. And then, I got other stuff to get to. Such as food, because I am very hungry. Wait, there's this thing. Boop. I have some random weapons that I got from the skeletons. Do I just sell them? Oh, doesn't let me put it in there. Oh, that makes sense. I will go that way. Do we need to hold on to the geodes for any reason? Am I doing right by taking them to the blacksmith and cracking them open? Okay. Gonna take some. Oh, right, and this cart thing. Boop. Interesting. I had him crack open a mystery box and it had 2 more mystery boxes inside. Maple bar. Right? Hmm. It's a thunder egg. Mudstone just looks like a pile of poop. I guess so does the clay, really. Huh? I see. Okay. Right, I'm like, I went over here for a reason. Didn't remember what I was doing. Oops. Alright. Wait, this way, this way. I know what I'm doing. Hmm. Oh. Just out here changing my gender on a whim. Oh, can't break those? Ooh, I like that color. Break this rock? Okay. Where does it take you in town? Oh, right, by the blacksmith. I knew that. Here, have a donut. I found it in a rock. It's a maple donut. It's good stuff. I might do a little bit of fishing before the day's over. Oops. I actually, speaking of fishing, I started playing because I'm always testing out like little app games and stuff that are free, so that I can recommend them to people if they're nice and relaxing and good for mental health. And I found one, and for my like scale of for tight schedules for Thursday with NB person. Oh. What is the name of this thing? I'm trying to multitask and it's not going well right now. I chose a bad time. Their name is Bee, so I call them Queen Bee. Aw, that's adorable. I love that. And that's exciting. So Thursday's your date. Nice. Oh, oh. Nice. Oh, hold on. I got a fish on the line and it isn't bringing up the thing to... Okay. Stardrop tea. Ooh. Did it give me? Well, that's some great communication on your behalf and great acceptance. I love the look of this mug too. The Stardrop tea. Yeah. Yeah, that's very respectful of them. It's really important for people to realize, like, you can be wanting to date people and stuff like that and not necessarily want, like, sexy time or that kind of intimacy, and instead just to build a connection with somebody. It's a stressful thing when you're dating someone and you're worried about that kind of pressure too. So it's great to be able to say, you know, I just want to get to know each other right now and see how we feel and connect rather than exploring that kind of more intimate stuff. Oh yeah, but fishing and mental health game stuff. There is a game, Creatures of the Deep. Oh no, Flo's got crabs. There's I found an app game called Creatures of the Deep, and it's entirely fishing, and it's pretty relaxing and fun. There's a little bit of stress to it when you catch like the bigger fish. Yeah, I want to play Dredge too. Part of why I tried this app game is because it's nothing like it, but it kind of reminded me of it because they advertise that you are catching monsters, and not really. I feel like that was kind of a representation of the game because, well, to an extent. I mean, I'm only in one area right now, and you can go into multiple areas, and it seems like possibly they're opening it up for you to actually like catch sea monsters. But the majority of the game is just catching normal fish right now. I will update about if that changes as the different areas get unlocked, because that might be the case, as I just need to unlock another area for that. But you catch regular fish, and then you can catch deep sea fish, kind of like anglerfish and stuff. And then there's the monsters you can catch, which right now, the area I'm in, the quote unquote monster fish is a shark. And but it looks like as you progress, then it might turn into actual like monsters. Like it seems like there's an area that might unlock that's Scotland, and I assume you'll be able to try and catch the Loch Ness monster. So that seems like a lot of fun, and it's been pretty relaxing. It actually has helped me sleep, because I like playing things like that before bed, and that way I can look at, the relaxing water. My only complaint is that because of my ADHD and stuff like that, my eyes sometimes, I unfocus my eyes and can't force myself to refocus them. And the game sometimes makes my brain want to unfocus my eyes, and I struggle to refocus them, which means that I miss a bunch of fish because I can't see that the bobber is being bobbed. So that's no good. But overall, it's pretty relaxing. All right, well, I think that's all I can do for now. I gotta get something. I gotta nourish myself and have something to eat. Yeah, I gotta make myself something real quick to eat. So thank you anyone who came out and joined us. And thank you, Flo, for playing with me again. And yeah, the next time I'm streaming is... did you just water me in bed? Ooh. No, don't go to sleep tonight. The next time I'll be streaming is with you, Flo, on Wednesday. We'll be doing Divinity Original Sin, right? Yes. Cheers! Oh. Tipsy. So yeah, Wednesday is Divinity Original Sin, and then Thursday for me is The Witcher 2, and for Flo is a nice date that you're going on. Excited. And then Saturday morning cartoons, I'm doing my Pokemon with crowd control. And it's going to be an episode where we're just focusing on leveling up and grinding and stuff like that. And I'm probably going to be doing polls so everyone can help me choose the Pokemon that I'm going to be taking into the Elite Four. And then Sunday's Mass Effect 3. Yeah. Drinking beer and doing shrooms. Okay, so have a great one, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on the next stream. Bye.